Hello and welcome to the Met Office 10-day trend. We are approaching the end of the meteorological summer, a summer that has been characterised by long periods of unsettled weather and brief interludes of hot sunshine. Sure enough, following a weekend of hot sunshine, it's now turning unsettled once again. But only through to the end of August and very start of September, because next week begins to look a little quieter again. It's neither going to be particularly hot, nor is it going to be particularly unsettled. In fact, it will feel much cooler, but it will have that early autumn sort of vibe that we often have at the beginning of September. Certainly won't be feeling like summer, which is what it felt like at the weekend. That hot weather now clearing to the east. You can see the red colours to the east of the UK, and a cold front at the time of recording crossing the country, moving its way in and opening the door to a much more active jet stream, and that jet stream to the west of the UK carrying with it areas of low pressure, weather fronts and much cooler air. You can see the weather fronts lined up there out to the west of us. They're going to roll in over the next few days, turning the weather much more unsettled, particularly in the northwest. And further south and east, we're going to experience the cooler air. It's certainly going to be a fresh start across eastern and southern Britain, with temperatures lower compared to recent days. Across northern and western areas, cloudier skies, showers crossing the country. But most of the showers will be across central and western Scotland, Northern Ireland as well, where they'll be heavy and frequent. Elsewhere, a lot of dry weather continuing, but certainly feeling a little bit different there for East Anglia in the southeast, with temperatures down 10 degrees or so compared to the start of the week. Pleasant enough afternoon on Thursday, nevertheless, in the southeast, turning a lot more unsettled once again as we head into Friday. The isobars tightening there in the northwest and a weather front moving in. And that weather front, actually, you can see it's aligned with the isobars, and that means that the winds are running along it rather than pushing it through. And that means that once that weather front arrives in northwestern Britain on Friday morning, it's there to stay for some time. More than 24 hours, in fact. The blues there indicate the rainfall. Some brighter colours here indicate some heavier pulses of rainfall as this weather front ripples and wriggles across northwestern Britain. Through Friday and into the start of the weekend, it's just going to be wet, particularly for western Scotland and Cumbria. Now, in these locations, 20 to 40 millimetres of rainfall widely, but in some spots over the tops of the hills, for example, more than 100 millimetres is possible. Dumfries and Galloway, a risk of localised flooding here in particular, yellow warning in force through Friday and into Saturday. But elsewhere, if we rewind the clock, for Friday, for example, central and southern Britain largely escapes that rainfall, and there'll be plenty of bright weather as well. With that brightness comes some warmth, 24 Celsius in the southeast on Friday, and possibly even 25 degrees as we start to back the winds and bring in some extra warmth from the continent on Saturday, but only ahead of this band of rain, because after it's dumped a load of moisture over northwestern hills, it then finally crosses the country at the start of the weekend. So a spell of wet weather moving its way across Britain on Saturday, followed by showers, but also by much cooler air across Scotland and Northern Ireland, and then elsewhere into Sunday. The jet stream dipping to the south of the UK for Saturday night and into Sunday, and that means it will be another cool start on Sunday. And with that jet stream to the south, the cool air on top of us, we're also going to see frequent heavy showers throughout Sunday. Some really lively downpours, particularly across northern Britain, and these various weather fronts bringing more prolonged rainfall at times as well. But in between, there will be some drier and brighter interludes. That dip in the jet stream doesn't actually last that long, because you can see how the jet stream then starts to nudge a bit further north at the start of next week, and high pressure builds in across southwestern Britain in particular by Tuesday. There'll still be areas of rain or showers crossing northwestern parts of the country. In fact, some of this could bring further wet weather to western Scotland, northwest England and Northern Ireland for around Tuesday and early Wednesday. But on the whole, the jet stream will be allowing high pressure to build in from the southwest a bit more as we go into next week. And that means that around Wednesday time, we're looking at rain clearing to showers across the north, high pressure bringing more settled weather into southern and southwestern areas. And there's a possibility around Thursday, Friday that high pressure will build more widely across the country, albeit in relatively cool air, and that means there'll be some cool nights and temperatures will be around average by day, but it also means there'll be plenty of fine weather, a lot of dry conditions, particularly in the south. But as we go through next week and into the following weekend, always the possibility that the jet stream will bring low pressure close to the northwest of the country. So all in all, with the jet stream tending to be towards the more northern part of the UK, the weather's looking a little more settled next week, and any rain will be mainly across northwestern areas, Western Scotland, northwest England, Northern Ireland. Mainly in the south it will be fine, there'll be some cool nights, some misty mornings as well, but plenty of mellow sunshine by day. So early September, that early autumn sort of weather that we often get at this time of year. But of course, if you want more details, you can follow us on social media and keep up to date with all the very latest weather news. That's all for me. Bye-bye.